Hi guys, it's Lydia and welcome back to another episode of Children of Divorce. Um as per usual, I am happy to have you here, and especially if you're a new listener, welcome. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I was going to record today. I didn't feel like I had much to say, but my lips look fantastic and so does my hair. And I was like, we've got to make a video. Um and just I have a few stories from the past days to tell. And I also wanted to touch on dreams and being delusional because it's something I often get called, and it's something I've often been delusional, and it's actually how I've managed to get where I am today, and it's how I will get to wherever the future takes me as well, is by being absolutely 1000% delusional and crazy. So, that's for my stories from the past few days. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I really don't have any stories apart from I got my period. My period is something fairly new-ish to me because I got it very late because of my eating disorder. I got it at 17 and then I relapsed and then I lost it again. And I got it like 5 times or 4 times, and then I went through a bad period again with my eating disorder, and so I lost my period again, and I only got it back last August. And so I've had it about 10 times now, I think, if I'm doing the maths correctly. That's definitely not right. Like maybe 8. And so it's still like fairly new to me. But I love it. Every time I get my period, I'm like, you go, girl, because it just reminds me that my body's working and that it's healthy. And I think after having my health in jeopardy for so long and not having a period, it really made me appreciate my period. And everyone tells me, oh, there'll come a time when you hate it. But because it's so new to me, I love it. And I actually don't think I'll ever not appreciate it because I went without it for so long. And not having a period really makes you realize what you're kind of losing. Like, I knew that I I knew that it meant I wasn't healthy and that I couldn't have children. And I don't even know if I want kids, but I wanted to have the option of being able to decide that for myself. And so, yeah, I really appreciate my period now. I know to be gentle with myself. I don't know that much about the different phases, and I don't think I can really be asked. There's a lot of information now about like the follicular phase and like what seeds to eat, seed cycling. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I'm really not in touch with that. I I have the time, I just would not. I don't want to spend my time like studying that. I think I tried briefly to like learn a little about seed cycling, but it just doesn't interest me enough. And I think if I just, eat balanced, but also, let myself have my food freedom with all the different things I like to eat, then I'm doing good. I'm doing good for my period. So anyways, that was the only thing I wanted to tell you guys. Let's get on to the topic of today's episode, which is being delusional. Okay, I'm delusional about a lot of things. First of all, this podcast. This podcast is completely delusional of me. I'm a 20-year-old girl who, I mean, I've been through a lot, and I think my family trauma and my experiences within my family and also with my own mental health give me a lot to talk about. But that being said, I'm not a registered psychiatrist. Like, this is a completely delusional podcast. I created it and I was like, let me just make a place where I'm gonna overshare, tell the world everything that's ever happened to me, tell the world about when I was in a fucking hospital for my mental health, tell the world about how me and my mother have the trickiest relationship ever, and let me make it into a podcast and connect with people. I mean, this is delusional to start with. And this hasn't been my first kind of career that I've tried. Before this, during my gap year, so a year and a half ago, I started a YouTube channel, and I really went all in with my YouTube channel, and I worked on it a lot, and I got, I think, 3,000 subscribers, but a lot of it was like weird old men, which wasn't fun. And I think I'm kind of put off YouTube now because that was slightly terrifying. Um, but I did connect. I had a good audience at one point, and I did a lot of day in my life kind of vlogs. But that was delusional as well to start that, and again to put my life on the internet. Um, so these kind of career avenues I've explored with social media have both been absolutely delusional, and sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't. Like the YouTube ultimately didn't, and it didn't take off like I intended it to, and I think it also wasn't my passion. I didn't love it. And I felt so much resistance towards it inside of me, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable posting this stuff. And I think that was kind of a sign that maybe it wasn't the right thing for me. Um, Whereas now with podcasting, I don't really have that, I don't feel comfortable posting this kind of vibe. I feel much more comfortable and at ease. And so at least I know I'm on the right track. But both of these have been absolutely delusional, okay? But in life, you have to go after the things you want, and you have to try. No one can tell me that I didn't try, because I did. I tried every avenue. Um, and I tried every avenue. And right now, my podcast does not have many listeners at all. Um, it has very few. And that's okay. Like, it's honestly fine because I'm holding the vision. I believe that it's going to be successful somehow, completely delusionally. I mean, if I try to look at the facts, there are so many podcasts out there and there are so many qualified people, and I'm just a girl, I'm just 20-year-old Lydia. But I know I'm fantastic. I know I'm awesome. I know I have a story to tell, and I have a camera and a mic, and that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna record this podcast and see where it takes me, and just believe that it's possible. Because if I don't, then it's not. Then nothing's gonna happen. So you know what? Who cares if I'm a little bit delusional, a little bit crazy? That's gonna get me somewhere. If I'm always saying, "Oh no, Lydia, try to be realistic," then I'm not gonna go anywhere. No. And we wouldn't have this wonderful, insane, beautiful space where we just tell each other everything. Right? Okay. Back to other times I've been delusional. When I was applying to my current, now university, I was in high school. I was told by my teachers that I wasn't going to get in. My teachers, the head of college applications, told me, look, other girls from the school are applying with better grades than you, a better SAT score. Like, you should apply somewhere else. You should put your eggs in another basket. I was advised that by people, and I was advised by everyone that this college was a stretch. It wasn't just one person. It was a lot of people in my life that said, like, this is pretty hard. You're not going to be able to do it. You're probably not going to get in. And then what happened? I got in. Okay, but that was because I was delusional. I was like, watch me. Watch me, watch me, watch me. I thought everyone is trying to rationalize with me and tell me logically that it's not going to work out, that this is too competitive, that this is too hard, that I'm not going to be able to achieve it. And I was a little crazy and believed I still could. And then I did it. And what I mean by crazy is not like that it was completely impossible. Of course it wasn't. It's not like me fantasizing that tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up with $1 million randomly in my bank account. Okay, like that's a little like crazy in a way that there's nothing in my life right now that could give me $1 million in my bank account tomorrow morning. But what I mean by being crazy is having aspirations and dreams that people say you might not be able to achieve, and you do. So, me saying, I'm gonna make $1 million by the end of this year, that's possible. People, again, would say, oh, you're a college student, a random college student, you don't even have a job right now. How would you make $1 million by the end of this year? And I say, I don't know, but I'm gonna. And they would think that's a little crazy, whereas I think I'm being delusionally fantastic. So what I mean is there's a difference between something having absolutely no connection or correlation to you whatsoever. Okay, even saying tomorrow I'm gonna have a shark. Okay, enter my room. That's crazy. That's like insane behavior. But me believing that this month I'm gonna meet my husband, the love of my life. Okay, again, like, why on earth would I meet my husband this month? Why on earth would I meet him in the next month? Like, I don't think anyone at college is really looking for marriage right now. I've met a lot of people on my college campus that, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not gonna meet my husband. Like, I've surveyed the scene. The husband is nowhere near the vicinity right now. But sometimes you need to be a little crazy and just be a little bit delusional, and I can say I'm gonna meet my husband this month. And that's what I've honestly been believing recently, is that I'm meeting my husband this month, or this like really amazing boyfriend. I'm gonna meet him this month. And I've been so happy recently. And I've been staring up at the sky and I'm like, wow, it's so blue and the world is great, because I genuinely believe that I'm meeting my I was saying husband, let's say soulmate, that I'm meeting my soulmate this month. I genuinely believe that. I don't know how I got myself to believe that, but I believe it's happening for me. And if we get to the end of the month, perhaps I'll have a mental crisis. But then I might believe my husband is just coming next month. There's a little delay. He stopped for gas. Okay? Um This is a fun episode. So that's one way I stay delusional with, definitely with men. I'll like literally dream up weddings. I have a notes app in my phone where I write down, like, I'll walk past like a cute place and I'll be like, oh, that would be nice for the wedding before party. Why am I getting married near my college? I don't know. But I'm like, that would be a super cute place to do the rehearsal dinner. And I write it down. Or I'm like, this place is so cute to like do cards for a wedding. And I write it down in that notes app. I'll like fantasize about like my boyfriend and like what we'll do together. I have a list of places I want to go for a date. Like I um I write like letters to my soulmate who doesn't exist right now in this current reality, but he will. So yeah, I'm definitely a nutter. I'm definitely a nutter, but one day soon, this month, I'm gonna be with my soulmate, and you guys are gonna be like, damn, damn. And I don't know if these are like manifestation techniques. It's more just like sometimes you have to believe that things are happening for you and that things are nearby you, and that you're either living that reality or you're soon going to be living that reality, because it kind of helps you get through the day and it actually brings you closer to that thing. Like, if I wake up every day and believe I'm going to fall in love soon, I'm so going to fall in love soon. I hate this idea that relationships come when you're not looking for them. And it's the people that say that are always the people in relationships. You'll be like that single friend and you're like, oh, I just like, I want to be in love. And they're like, and then your friend and their boyfriend are like, yeah, but you know what? It happens when you're least expecting it. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Because you're trying not to expect it. It's like it almost becomes like a work, like a job to and you're constantly focusing on not expecting love. So like I'll go to a coffee shop and I'll be like, wait, what if I meet like someone? And then another part of me is like, wait, no, we're not supposed to think that because then it's not going to happen. So we have to think that we're not going to meet someone and then we'll meet them. And it becomes this kind of like confusing thing and it gets very overcomplicated. And I'm going to simplify it for you right now. I was speaking to my guardian angel, who's this 90, no, she's not, she's 87, she's wonderful, amazing, and she's been through life, okay, and she told me, love finds you when you're looking for it or when you're not. It doesn't matter. Love finds you when you have a job or you don't have a job. Love finds you when you're at the top of your career or the bottom of your career. Love will find you wherever you are, guys. Okay? And I know there's a lot of emphasis on healing and things, but also love is fucking random and it's going to happen when it's meant to. And just work on yourself in the meantime, on loving yourself, but you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything sorted. You don't need to like keep your mind at like trying to control. You don't need to try to control your mind and be in a position where you're like not expecting love, because then it will come, like everyone always says, like everyone in their relationship say, and you're like, just fuck off. So yeah, just like let's take a breath there, because there we go, we've simplified it. It doesn't matter kind of what state you're in, either love will come or it won't. Like it's for you or it's not, and your time will always come. So yeah, I'm completely delusional about falling in love. Even I'll see boys on the street and dream up our entire future, and I like to think it's because I'm an optimist and I have a vivid imagination. And one day it's gonna work out in my favor. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, other ways that I'm a little bit crazy and delusional. I have an exam tomorrow morning, this midterm at 9 a.m. But the sun is just so beautiful today, and I vowed that I would not make college as much of a crazy and stressful experience as high school was, and so I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I don't know when I'm going to revise. I don't know if it's going to work out well, but but I have a feeling it will somehow. I don't know any of the topics, but I just have a feeling it's going to work out well. And it's a little crazy. And I don't know, I think I'm so not stressed for it. It's actually going to work out that way. I would say I'm also delusional just in my belief that life will be really good and wonderful. And I want to expand on that because that sounds like a little bit of a dark point. But I was telling again my guardian angel this, that, whenever I say, oh, life sucks, and she's like, no, it's wonderful, I respond to her, yeah, but the thing is I've only had my 20 years of experience on this earth. Sorry, I keep saying I'm 20. I don't know why. Today I'm obsessed with the fact that I'm 20. Just I love that number. But anyways, I only have that experience to go off of. And the past 10 years of my life, because the first 10 I was a baby, but the past 10 years have been very, very difficult. And like the hardest shit I've ever been through. You know when you think it can't get worse and then it does? That's literally what happened to me. Like I thought, no way. No way. If it gets worse, it's comedic, and then it did. I'm laughing now. Like I've been I've been pretty down bad. But anyways, I said, I know you say life is good, but all I have is my experience, and it hasn't shown me yet that life is good. Um, and so I think I'm a little delusional every day when I wake up feeling positive, because somehow, somewhere inside of me, I get up and I choose to believe that life is good and that the world will be a good place today, and that enjoyable things will happen, and that all my blessings are gonna come true, and all my dreams are gonna come true. Like my dreams are crazy. I want to move to New York and drop out of college and do podcasting full time. My dreams are crazy. Somehow I believe them though. Somehow, despite everything I've been through, I believe these things are possible. I had a mum as well who told me to be realistic all the time and was always telling me about what other people could do, but I couldn't. I don't know, she always wanted me to be successful, but she also was very much a realist in ways, which I don't know, maybe it's because our parents are jaded by their age and their experience, but when you're 15, you don't want to be a realist, actually. You want to dream. The thing is, you can dream at 50 the same way you dream at 15. Like, anything is possible at any age, and it doesn't go away because of age. And, I don't know, guys, we just have so much ahead of us and so many possibilities, and it's just endless. And the world is an amazing, incredible place where things can just happen and just change in a day. And despite all odds, you can do something and your life can change. And a lot of times it doesn't go that way. I've had so much failure, quote unquote failure. Don't forget my quote unquotes, but quote unquote failure. And so many things have gone wrong. Honestly, to this day, to right now, this moment that I'm recording, so much shit has happened that's gone wrong that I thought it can't get worse. And it does. And somehow I'm still delusional, guys. I'm delusional that it's gonna get better. That it's all gonna change. That my life's gonna change. Even though for years it hasn't. For years it stayed the same. I'm delusional. I'm a nutter. But my delusion is what gets me through my day. And I'm not saying delusional in a negative way. I mean it in a positive way. We're dreamers. We have expansive mindsets. We have the ability to think outside of the box. We have the ability to hope. That's what delusional means to me. You're not clouded by judgment or fear. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, oh, no one super successful in the media, not many people from my college have become super successful in kind of the media area, which is where I will probably work. And I was like, so what, Lydia? You'll be the first. And you'll pave the way for others. And others at your college will say, I can do it because she did. Sometimes you have to be the first. It's scary being the first because you don't know, because someone hasn't done it before you, so you don't know it's possible, but that doesn't mean it's not. Um Even in my family, I'm the first to kind of make such strong statements about college and whether I want to actually stay in or drop out and all these things. And it's scary doing the unknown, but also it's so liberating. And that's how shit gets done. That's how things become possible, because people in the first place were crazy. And I heard this from someone who was speaking about like Einstein and all the inventors and how they were crazy, or the people that created the first plane. Okay, people must have thought they were nuts, and then they did it. The iPhone, whatever, all these inventions. These people were looked on as delusional before. There's so much power in believing in yourself and believing that no matter what, things are possible and that you're unique and you're special. And that's how you move in life, not with anything else. You don't move with anything else. That's your biggest asset, is believing in yourself, believing you can do anything, believing you are worthy of your wildest dreams, believing that you deserve them, believing that you're good enough. That's how you get anywhere. The people that are winning the Olympics this year, it doesn't matter who's been training the longest or the hardest. It's the people with the best story. That's who wins. Your story is what's important. You're important. You, who you are. Don't get caught up in the noise. Just be you and everything else follows. And be delusional. Be crazy. I think that's a good place to end today's episode. It was a little crazy, like it always is, and I hope you guys appreciate that. I know I did. I love you guys so much, and I will speak to you in the next episode of Children of Divorce. Bye, guys.